Anthony Ferraro, Dan Mancina. Two blind guys collide to bring you Four Bad Eyes Podcast.
Welcome back,
Four
Bad Eyes. I'm grumpy in the morning.
It's grumpy old dad.
We're recording this, the earliest episode we ever have, and it's 12:45.
In the afternoon.
That's still the morning to me.
Dan must not have gotten a lot of sleep. How were your dreams, bud?
Did I dream last night? I don't know. I didn't really dream last
Do
night.
blind people dream?
Anthony. Blind people do dream. Even those who are born blind.
So for me, when I dream too, I can also see things that I've never seen before. Like, I'll imagine things that I've never actually visually seen. Have you ever done that?
Like, my memory is mixed up from when I have memories early of losing my sight. I still have I still have like an actual image of things, you know what I mean? Just from past memory,
right?
Even though I couldn't see.
So you'd almost think you're seeing the thing because you have a visual image of it, like memorization.
Yeah, I have all this back catalog
like
of
photographs.
Yeah, like I'll look, like someone's voice I'll kind of just envision someone who I would think would have that voice just from my past memory. You know what I mean? Like I build an image of a person's voice just off of people that I've met in the past.
I've 100%. Like when I talk to familiar people, because of their voice and just their personalities, you kind of develop this image of like what you think they look like. I mean, do you do that?
Yeah. I always ask Heather all the time, like, does he look like this other dude that we both have seen? You know what I mean? And she's like, yeah, kind of. It kind of usually works and it usually matches.
It's crazy like that. And sometimes you're like totally off. You have no idea.
You can't tell if somebody's hot just by their voice. That's a fact.
That's a fact. Beauty's on the inside, though.
You also can't tell if they're like black or white either.
Yeah, like someone's race.
Someone's race. Yeah,
it's hard to tell. Just like it's crazy making like a visual. We live in a visual world, but we can't see.
I don't see color, man.
No, but we can't see it. Like we can't see the world, but we create images of the world in our head while we're living. Like,
yeah.
So it's basically it's almost like you're living this movie in your brain while you're living life.
Yeah, and I know they've done like tests of like scanning people's brains who are blind, and they use like the same area of the brain that a visual person uses for like memory and stuff and reading.
Scanning the brain?
Yeah, like
it's gonna be insane.
Well, they just like it'll like light up in the areas. You know what I mean? So like
so like the receptors there?
Yeah, so blind people still use that part of the brain. It's not wasted, you know what I mean?
That's wild.
Yeah, so
no,
still rocking it out. But we all had a little bit of I mean, I know that people who are born fully blind, like they still dream, but they just dream what their reality is, you know. They'll just be like standing in a place and like hearing the same thing that they experience life at, you know what I mean?
It's got to be so strange, like I just want to see like into that, like be able to go into that and see what they see in their dreams. Because for me, like I've never you've seen somewhat closer to, you know, almost like perfect, like 20/20, but not quite there. And I've kind of developed like my own, especially when I was able to see like a tiny bit, like you know, images and stuff. I developed like my own way of how I think things look. So it's like.
Yeah, it's just
I've always like sometimes I've driven myself crazy trying to understand, like I just want to see those extra details, like no matter how many times people explain them to me, it's like I want to see that crisp image, you know?
Yeah. HD, dude. But what was I gonna say, dude? It's too early for a podcast, dude. It's only 12:45 a.m.
Dude, I already ran a marathon. It's PM, bro.
Yeah, right. PM? Oh yeah, it is PM now.
Did my push-ups, all my workouts.
You didn't do anything. I had to drag you out of bed, dude.
I made hot cocoa.
It's cocoa season, baby! My favorite time of the year. Almond milk, though, has been my jazz, man.
The almond milk.
With the cocoa, can't even tell the difference.
You gotta make your own almond milk. Get the blender and soak the almonds, and then you save a lot of money.
I'm blind. This is how I make almond milk.
This guy's shots fired. Just wait till our next game of skate.
ASF vision. Wait till I get you on the mat, dude. You're not gonna lift me up, dude.
Dude,
you're not gonna get me off the ground.
This guy thinks that. So we're gonna have.
You're a brown. You're not even a black belt, dude. You're a brown belt,
he's shots
dude.
Fired, Oh,
I thought you were a black belt until yesterday.
Belt just holds up pants. My belt's pink, bro.
It just holds up.
I got a pink belt.
I
remember.
You should wear a tie-dye belt to your next tournament.
Dude, when I first started, so I still had a wrestling background, so it was like...
We know you have a wrestling background, man. Dude. We know already.
So judo's like wrestling with a jacket on. That's what I say. Like, it's like, you got that karate outfit, the gi, they call it. And... it was like when I first started, I was a white belt, right? And since I had the grappling experience, I was going to these tournaments and doing like, I think I did my first ever tournament. I did the white belt division, and I just smoked everybody.
Mm-hmm.
It's people that have never stepped on the mat before, essentially.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm already comfortable with air, and my coach was like, "All right, we got to step." So I start doing like the brown belt divisions every tournament, and I start like, dude, I won a couple brown belt divisions like with the white belt. Like, this is not right. Like, what's happening? You know? And I finally got like a green belt, and then I'm like, I won the black belt division with a green belt, and it was like the coolest feeling in the world, man. I'm like, I did the brown belt and black belt division in Princeton, New Jersey at this like tournament, and I remember I was like, dude, why am I doing this black belt division? This is scary. Like, I don't think I belong. And then I end up like throwing everyone in it and getting like double trophies, and I was like, dude, this is sick. You know?
Hold up, I got something going on in my. Oh no, we're good. I just got feedback. We're good.
Feedback.
I got an echo in my headphones out of nowhere. That's interesting. But wait, what belts are there? So it goes white to what?
White to green. I think there's a yellow in there. I'm not sure.
Did you jump right to brown? No.
No, so you go white, then there's... Some places do a yellow, but some places it just goes to green. And then there's...
So you had to like do all those tests or whatever?
It was mostly... So I'm more of a... I'm very different in the sense of judo, where people that do judo, it's like very traditional style, and, you know, they... grow up doing it, there's a whole culture behind it and everything, and me, since I'm trying to make it to the Olympics, it's like I just have to do competition judo and like pack as much time in as possible in like a short period.
Yeah.
So it's not so much of trying to get all the names right and everything, it's just trying to win matches and everything. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot more like...
You got you on the fast track, dude. You got you on the... Finish a nursing degree in 9 months. Everest College.
Fast track scholarship. No, I like, it was insane. When judo started, it became my life. Like, in 2017 or 18.
What about your wife, dude?
I didn't meet her yet.
Isn't your wife your life?
She's an amazing part of my life. No, but dude, now you're throwing me off, man.
I just wanna come over there and grapple you, dude.
Dude, this is going
You're
bad.
pissing me off right now.
Thinks I can't throw him.
You won't get me off the mat. You're not gonna get my feet off the ground.
This guy talks so much.
You won't get both feet off. I'm gonna have a.
I will throw you so fast.
You're definitely not gonna get a. No, you're not gonna get a full point. You might get a half point. You're not getting my back.
Called it Wazzari.
You're not gonna Mario Wazzari me, dude. Isn't that the boss in Mario Brothers? Wazzari?
Oh man, dude.
Wazzari, that's when you just put them straight on their back?
No, that's an e-palm. Oh. That means 1 point.
I'm gonna e-palm. I gotta remember that term. E-palm. Yo, e-palm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Palm.
Yeah. E-palm.
Palm means one, so like e-palm sei nagi, that's a one-arm shoulder throw.
Oh, okay. So you put whatever move it is after the e-palm?
No, it's just...
E-palm is the number one. It means the number one.
Japanese, yeah.
Okay. But so then whatever move you do to get him on that, you would put that after the e-palm?
No, like there's moves called osoto gari. It means like one leg... I'm not even sure.
Hey, you're going to sound like a fool on here, but this guy's in the para?
Dude, Para World Team.
Where's your jacket? You get a jacket and stuff?
I have jackets. I do have jackets. Tons of clothes.
That is so stupid.
I end up giving them away because there's
that's a little chachi to be rocking the jacket.
It is too much.
Oh, these people.
It's like wearing a real sweatshirt and boozing it.
No, that's chill, dude. I'm not wearing a jacket that says freaking
Dan Mancina.
Team Rider, bro. Team Real. And nothing's going to say Team Real on it, you know what I mean?
Oh, man.
Actually, I do have one Thunder Team tee.
Yeah, you wear that like every day, don't you?
No, I always have a Bones tee on. Bone Swiss. But what can I say? I'm going to dress you today, actually. Speaking of your style, dude, we're going to fix you up.
Dan's, we're going to dress each other in our own gear and see who looks better.
We're going to do a life swap,
I'm
dude.
going to put him in some tie-dye. He's going to feel
I rock the tie-dye.
Yeah.
I want to put you in all I'm going to say is it's something Adidas.
Adidas.
Yeah, it's going to have stripes on it. Not just on your feet, either.
I got to earn my stripes.
You got to earn your stripes, dude.
Front nose crook, dude.
3-stripe army. You're earning them right now.
Front crook Smith. Front crook fake.
Yes. Yes.
No, I learned everything. So, what else? What else we got?
What do you got, dude? What else are you going to do to me? You going to cut my hair?
Yeah, I'll probably cut your hair eventually. I need to cut your hair.
We should do that. We're just in full content creation mode every day. We've been doing like 3-4 videos.
Around the clock. Like, I'm pretty beat. Like, I feel like a wall hit me.
Yeah, I'm exhausted.
Going.
Yeah.
Just keep going.
We got a lot to do.
Game. It's like, the only way you're going to accomplish things in life, it's true. I've learned it over and over, is you got to put hours in. Like, people think it's just going to come
all right, Mr. Motivation over here, dude.
I'm serious.
I know. We all know, dude. We all follow Goggins, dude.
Goggins is
he is a savage.
That guy, dude.
He's an interesting cat to listen to. He has like an ad on TikTok. You ever heard, like, it's for a bank or something. It's just like him, like, if your bank's charging you fees, you're at the wrong bank. And, like, that's it, dude. But it's just Goggins, so it's like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
yes.
He's right, dude. That guy did, like, the most push-ups pull-ups in the world.
Well, somebody beat him, did it, like, topped his number, and then he, like, went back and did it again.
He's psycho. That's next level.
I'm trying to get a Guinness World Record.
What are you going to do?
Longest grind. 50-50 grind as a blind person.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I got to measure that freaking rail. I forgot to do that when I was there.
You need your talking...
I was just going to say...
That's a talking...
I need my talking tape measure. So expensive. It's kind of a rip-off.
You showed me his blind box yesterday. He has so many gadgets. It's insane.
I have like all the slate and stylus that's like for writing braille really quick on note cards or piece of paper.
You got the braille labeler to label things.
The labeler gets sticky things so I can label all the spices, kitchen, washer, dryer, stove, all that stuff, and then braille cards, and then like what else was in there?
Yeah, but I gotta beat you in cards, poker, dude.
We should do that's what I was saying. We should do an actual poker game, real money on the line. Because if we do a challenge, you're just gonna back out, like the polar plunge, dude.
I jumped in.
The deal was, loser goes in, dude.
Oh man!
But that's where we should do judo. Is knee deep in the water.
No, dude.
Is that a branch of judo?
No, is that a branch? Water wrestling,
dude.
Ice.
Does that exist? I know they do like the. Sorry. They do the, like, underwater workouts and stuff.
Yeah,
I actually want to try that.
Water aerobics?
Yeah, who does it? That surfer, like, started doing it.
I think, like...
Laird Hamilton.
I think geriatric community does that.
Not water aerobics, dude. No, do you know what I'm talking about? Water aerobics.
They clear everyone out.
Grandma, hand me that 5-pounder over there. Let me see that.
No, they're doing, like, twists and dances and stuff to the music. And there's the young girl like running it like 1, 2.
There's always like a weird younger guy in there.
Yeah.
and all the old ladies just love him. Oh, Donnie, you're the best.
Oh man, Donnie.
Donnie's there looking for a sugar mama, dude.
Donnie's a great guy.
Doing water aerobics. But a nice bod, dude. It stays healthy. No, there's underwater. You know what I'm talking about? Like Laird Hamilton starts, like, it's breathing too. So, like, you're holding your breath underwater and, like, doing, like, serious weight under there.
Yeah, that's
and then, like,
intense.
doing walks with it stuff.
Dude, he's savage. He's, like, big wave surfer.
Yeah.
He came to Spring Lake where I grew up and, like...
Oh, he surfed Spring...
Yeah.
He surfed the lake there?
Dude, so did Kelly Slater.
The little lake in Spring Lake? What's it called? I can't remember the name. I blew it. Damn it. What's the little lake called?
Divine Lake.
They paddled out on Divine, dude?
They go out on that Atlantic
Oh,
Ocean, Washington.
Laird was out on Divine using the paddleboard, dude. Stand-up paddleboard.
Yeah, bro.
Do you know what?
Paddleboards. My brother did a paddleboard thing. My brother John did a paddleboard fundraiser where he stand-up paddled all around the island of Manhattan. There was like a bunch.
How
of
big
people
is that?
Did it. That's like 20. It's like, gotta look that up. We need a
20, 40, right around there.
no. It's either 14 or 25.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You know people swim like that far?
that's insane.
People swim from, what's it called in California? The wine mixer, Catalina. They swim from Catalina to the coast.
That's too much.
And you have to start at night because all the freighters.
Dude, there's so many sharks.
Go in the water at night. Could you do that?
No, I went down to the beach one time at night, and it was the scare. So I like the beach at night, but like I went down to go jump in the summer, and it was like nighttime, and the water was like really warm, and there was like these sketchy like pockets where you would just like your feet would fall in like deeper, and you're like, oh no, dude! Like every time you think it's like a shark hole or something, and you're
Shark hole.
I had to convince.
Do sharks dig holes, dude? I don't think sharks
I don't know, man.
Those are from like Stingray or something, probably.
Just like something's gonna grab me, and you just when I'm in the water, even surfing, I think if I could see it, I'd have a little more confidence. But when I'm out on a surfboard, like far out there, I think everything is swimming around me, like right at that moment.
Oh no! Even when you're sighted, I'm like, it's just like who you are, because I'm scared of the. I'm not used to the ocean.
But I grew up in the ocean, and like
Oh,
I still
yeah.
swim in it all the time. But I'm,
Still terrified.
dude, especially when I have the wetsuit on, I'm like, oh man, I probably look like a
Well,
seal with
that's-
these sharks.
That's why it's scary, because no one can see what's under you. That's why it's terrifying, because it comes out of nowhere, dude. Next thing you know, you got a wood leg, dude. Got a peg leg, dude. Next thing you know, you got to stand up on one leg. Oh, I'm a para athlete. I'm an amputee athlete.
He is an amputee. He calls it his
Half a thumb. My and my eye's fake, dude. That's amputee.
Only the front, right?
The front, what?
Like the front part of your eye?
I mean, kind of.
Some people get full eyeball, like full prosthetic.
Yeah, that's enucleation. I got evisceration. So enucleation is when they take the entire globe out, or the entire eyeball out.
Were you put out for that?
Evisceration is when they pretty much take the front of your eyeball, like almost cut it in half, take that off, and then they still keep the part that's attached to the muscle, and then they put a prosthetic like bulb inside of there, and then put skin over that, a couple layers of skin, so that when you put the fake eye, like your actual prosthetic eyeball in, those muscles still move it a little bit, so you have a little bit more movement.
So instead of if the prosthetic was in the
as opposed to the whole globe, where like your prosthetic is like an actual globe ball round.
And it just does what it wants, essentially.
Yeah, just very little movement. Yeah. It could be looking all over the place.
Did you have the option?
Yeah, I had the option.
Was that painful?
That was definitely the most painful. That was the most painful thing that I had to go through, for sure.
In your life?
Yeah, so far. It, dude, just, yeah.
Did they pull you out?
Of course, they're cutting your eyeball out.
Oh my.
Because it's like nerve
So
pain.
when was the pain, before or after?
Well, I had to get it out because my eye was in pain because there's like pressure built up. Like the eyeball actually shrinks after it stops like working. It's just like starts shriveling up like a little raisin.
Could you feel it getting smaller?
Yeah, I can feel my right eye is smaller. for sure. It's like sunken in pretty much. So it's gonna eventually have to do the right eye, which I'm terrified. But yeah, knock you out, then wake up. I woke up and then like felt fine, but I'm still kind of
Like,
drugged
from all the
up.
medicine.
And then I got home and I like vomited a couple times, and then like
From pain, or
just nausea and stuff from the. I don't do good with the anesthesia and stuff.
yeah.
But I was like, yeah, I don't usually they give me nausea pills, but I didn't get them, whatever. But yeah, I was out, dude, like 3 days. The only time I would wake up is like every, I don't know, what is it, hour or 2 hours when I could take pain medication. I'd have to force eat a saltine cracker and then just take meds and out for like 3 days. Like, dude, fucking house could have burnt down. I wasn't moving. And then it was just like another couple weeks of that. And then getting used to not having an eye. Like in my eyes, they sew your eye shut.
No,
And
so the lid is.
And
just...
they have, yeah, just sewed shut. And there's a temporary like lens that's in there to like make sure the spacing is good for when you put your prosthetic in. So that thing, like a couple of weeks in, like maybe 2 weeks after surgery, I'm like kind of messing with my eye, and that freaking lens thing popped out because one of my stitches came out, and I was like freaking out. I was like 1 a.m. and I woke up my lady. I was like, God, that's my thing came out. I was like, she's like, it's all right. But I just popped it back in and like called like the emergency number, and they're like, yeah, you're like, as long as you can get it back in, like you're fine. It's like, relax.
Oh my.
And then I would just like,
Dude, I would be freaking out.
close my eye really tight and put tape all over it like an eye patch, and then that would just hold it in until it healed. And then so you have to wait a full month before you can even, so everything's like chills out, and then they make a mold of your eye because everyone's different because they like just put, you know what I mean? It's just like that skin over
You
it.
handed me that mold yesterday.
Yeah, you could feel like what I did.
He goes,
Yeah, feel that.
Check this out. He's going through his blind box and then hands me the mold of his eye, and I was like, ah!
But yeah, then you wait a month. Then they like size you for it. Then it's another 2 weeks for him to create the eye. So you don't have a fucking eye in your head for 2 months.
I'd wear an eye patch.
It's weird, dude.
I'd get a sick eye patch.
I just had that lens in there.
Oh,
It's a
man.
clear lens.
And then they finally put the...
They made me a nice, new, beautiful, shiny eyeball.
Did you get to pick the color?
No, I tried hard. He wouldn't let me do it. I wanted to do one blue. You know?
What color is your other eye?
Purple. It's brown. Like dark brown. He wouldn't let I argue with him for like a half hour, and then eventually he's like, listen, I can give you a name of a guy who might do it, but I can't do it. Because they're like art. They're like super dedicated to their craft, and like that's his name on the line pretty much. You know what I mean?
One blue, one brown.
One
Like,
day,
there's,
dude.
Like, there's dogs that have that. Like,
Yeah, the Huskies have it.
that's so cool.
And people, I forget the name of the disorder.
Couldn't get it. I get like a pink eye, dude.
Well, there's like the super out there people who have like cat eyes.
Are you
stuff.
serious?
I think those are just contact lenses. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like, there's like a dude who's like or like I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, but known for like just so into cats. Has like whisker implants,
Oh man.
like eyeball,
There's
cat
some
eyes, and like just crazy tattoos. And yeah. So maybe I'll go that route.
I know that feeling like when you're you can't move out of bed and you're just paralyzed basically from pain.
Mm-hmm.
That is not.
Is that how your leg feels right now?
Dude, my leg is bruised so deep, it's bad. Like,
It might be the bone,
it
dude.
hurts to sit down. No, but I feel it on the top. 9-foot drop off of vert to the flat.
It was
with a
8.
wallet.
It was 8 yesterday. Now it's 9, dude.
whatever.
Now it's 9.
No, 8, 9.
Tomorrow
whatever.
it'll be 10.
7.
Yeah, it was fun to listen
it's
to, and then you're like,
definitely
"Wait, are you good?" And then there's no answer for a second. You're like, yeah, I'm alright.
I wasn't like, I couldn't even compute what just happened. So it didn't hurt right away.
Yeah.
And then it just started hurting.
You're like, "Alright, I gotta go
Because at
home."
first I was like, oh man, I'm good. That wasn't that bad. You
We're at-
know? Like, oh, I got this.
Yeah, we were driving home, and you're like, "I don't know about the podcast." We ended up backing out.
Oh man, that was a day, dude.
Well, you skated yesterday. You got it moving. We just gotta get it moving again, dude.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't even ollie at first though. I was trying to
Oh,
ollie.
yeah.
Like, I was just basically lifting my front leg up and it barely worked.
And it was so cold. We finally turned on some music. You're like, thanks for the music, dude. All I could hear was the cold. It was crazy.
I was, man. Like, I don't have any visual stimulation of, like, where the sun, like...
It is true. They're like, I feel like I can just hear the cold,
like, I'm
dude.
just listening to the cold.
We need a
dude.
distraction.
Like, that's all it is the cold. It's like, it's taunting me, Dan. It's starting to, like, talk to me.
That's Old Man Winter, dude.
Oh, man.
That's who that is. He'll talk to you. He'll kill you.
He'll get you, bro.
He'll take a toe from you, take a couple fingers.
Oh, my gosh.
Frostbite. You ever build a snowman?
I love building snowmen.
How many snowmen have you built in your life?
Dude, I built huge snowmen. Like, I remember the first time I was trying to build a huge snowman.
Have you ever done it and then you do the middle section, you're like, oh, I can't lift it up.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I did huge bottom and then the middle. I go to lift
yeah,
it.
like,
And you don't realize it's like a ton.
Yeah, you forget how heavy it actually is.
Like, I got this, no problem.
Imagine how like feeling that, just a snowball that you can't that you can put your arms around. Imagine an avalanche, how much weight and power that is.
It's terrible.
All that snow.
No.
Yeah, dude.
Have
you been snowboarding?
I've only been once in my life, and it was pretty cool. There was a guy that like basically like went around with me.
Did you have whips and chains? Did you tether yourself to him?
No, it was just
by sound.
Basically, he was talking to me.
Cowbell?
What's up?
Did you have a cowbell?
No, he just kept talking. And I had a little bit better of sight, so he had the big bright orange vest on.
Oh, okay.
So that would help a little bit. And I remember going down, and it was just like, dude, riding down the mountain was such a feeling, like you're flying. And I remember just not knowing how to stop, and I would just like fall.
Right to your butt. Bro, we gotta get you on the board.
I really want to go snowboarding
on
this
the
winter.
board. It kind of is sketch, dude. A lot of people.
Kelly's
a lot of people break their shit.
I want to go to like Tahoe and like where you could snowboard with like a t-shirt on.
You want to go when it's cold and it just dumped snow.
Fresh pal.
No friends on powder days, dude.
No friends on that.
That's when you want to go.
No one answers their phone anymore.
For real, I'm gonna be the first one out, dude. First tracks, dude. Because that's the best. Because then you can just haul, and when you fall, it doesn't even matter. You just fall into a fluff of nothing, dude. Yeah, I miss snowboarding. That's
yeah, that's what my brother always says about. I'm like, come on, skateboard. He's like, he used to skateboard, and he's like, nah, I like falling in water better. Concrete hurts, man.
Yeah. You do get hurt a lot. A lot of people get hurt snowboarding, collarbones and all that crap.
I want to try hitting a rail on a snowboard or like a ledge. Something.
Yeah, you could definitely do that. Because they have like ride-on ones and it still feels sick.
Oh, that's sick.
You just, it has like a little ramp up too. You just, and like drops down.
A snow half pipe.
Half pipe?
Yeah.
That was actually one of my favorite things to do, snowboarding.
You used to do that?
Because you can actually get air. I could actually get air, you know?
Wait, you used to do those?
Yeah.
Have you been since you've been blind?
Just like in like a backyard, setting up like a little drop into a little box, messing around.
Yeah.
I have to get that set up going this winter, actually. Use my flat bar. I have all the dirt that I removed for the skate ramp, I put in like 2 piles. It's for like to make a drop in and then a little kicker for like snow skating and that.
Snow skating, that's a fun one.
So hard, dude. So hard to like.
You know, were you like
kickflip it?
When you lost your sight, were you scared to skateboard at first?
No, because I was just like rolling around.
You still did?
No, not like the first time I skated. You know what I mean? Like I just did like a front board in a box. So it wasn't like scary. You know what I mean?
So you were just like, all right, I'm going to skateboard. Like I'm just going to still do it.
Well, I just filmed like a video. That's just one of my
and then got
Instagram
that
videos.
Feedback.
Yeah. And then I filmed another like video, like doing a flat, I think like a half cab flip or something.
Like I'm curious.
And I was like, "Ooh, I can half cab flip." I was like, it felt pretty buttery.
Oh, that's butter.
And then like I was like, dude, it'd be really sick just to film another full part as a blind person. Because when I was like really young, end of middle school, going into high school, and I was like getting into skating, and still knew that I was going to go blind, I was like, no matter what, dude, just going to keep shredding. Even if I just got to skate. I used to think, even if I just skate mini ramp, I'm still going to skate.
Just keep pushing.
Just keep pushing, baby. Yeah.
I'm curious if there's anything like that you used to do or you've wanted to do like before you lost your sight that you've almost you're like hesitant to do that you want to get out and conquer. Like, is there anything in the back of your mind like that?
In skateboarding?
No, like just in life.
Not really. In skating, I mean, go pro one day is the big goal.
Go pro, man. Do you know what you would want your board to look like? Do you get to choose as a pro? Your art, like your graphic?
Not usually like your first graphic. Because it's like a surprise usually.
Oh, that's cool.
I mean, sometimes I think they probably do it, but other graphics you can always put in ideas. But they design it around you and your personality and stuff like that.
I used to want to be a pro wrestler.
You mean like WWF?
Yeah.
WWE?
Yeah.
Like China?
Like, yeah. Like China, what's that girl?
Would you be one of the good guys or one of the bad guys?
I don't know. I think I'd be
I feel like you would play a good bad guy.
I know, because you could do both. You can like switch roles.
Go back and forth.
Yeah. Like, I used to watch it religiously, dude. I used to sit. So I used to.
To watch wrestling.
2 inches from the TV, like my face would. I would get home from Philly.
Anthony, back away from that TV. You're gonna go blind.
I could get home from Philly.
That's why you're blind, dude.
I would set up the hassock because with what little sight I had left.
What?
The like.
Hassock?
Yeah. What?
Is that what is that?
Like footrest things, you know, like an ottoman.
Ottoman. Okay.
So
what is a hassock?
It's like the same thing.
Is that a brand?
No, I don't know. And
hassock.
That's what my mom called.
I think your mom's making stuff up. I gotta look that up.
So
sorry, Miss Clark.
I used to kneel.
Mrs.
Ferraro.
Mrs. Ferraro.
I used to kneel on the.
Sorry, Miss Ferraro.
I used to kneel on the footrest.
The hassock. The hassock.
2 inches from the TV.
Oh, so you could reach up to the top of the TV, or reach to the TV?
No, just so I could. My face would be right next to in front of the screen.
Yeah.
It was just a little TV on like a little table. And I was like little, so I would do that. And I used to even sneak down. So like Monday Night Raw was on like 9 to 11 or something. And I'd have to go to sleep for school, and I used to sneak down and like put it on real low and try and watch wrestling.
When it was over, would you do like an elbow drop off the hassock, dude?
Dude, I was so obsessed with this wrestling stuff that like me and my cousins used to throw down like a bunch of blankets and pillows on the floor and just start like WWE slamming each other and like fighting. And then one year, I think I was 11 or 10 years old, my mom was like, just write a letter to them. So I wrote a Braille letter. Like, I'm like Perkins' old Braille writer. And I was like, I'm blind. Like, I love WWE. It's my birthday coming up, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm just such a huge fan. And that's, like, all I basically wrote. Mm-hmm. And my mom, like, wrote the print over top the Braille. Mm-hmm. So it was, like, it's transcribed.
Yeah, send Braille to them and be like, what the
We sent it to them. And next thing I knew, I got a letter with 6 fourth row seat tickets to Monday Night Raw. And like me, my dad, my cousins, and my brothers, my brother and his
Were your brothers into it too?
My brother, well, yeah. And it was just sick, dude. We were at like a live event, like WWE, Monday Night Raw, like the Continental Airlines Arena.
Did you bring your hassock and pull it right up to the
We're right
ring?
next to the thing where they're like, they have to walk down, so they get high fives and stuff, dude.
Yeah,
like,
that's sick.
It was amazing. And it was just... It was such a memory. I can't believe that happened.
Fireballs blowing.
Dude, you never know, like, what's going to happen if you put it out there.
That blind pole, dude.
The blind pole. The blind pole. I was so... Dude, that was one
That's
of the most
hilarious. It's in Braille.
best mail I ever got.
You wrote WWE a Braille letter. I wonder how many have they gotten, actually.
That's true.
I think that's number 1.
No, it had to have been. They were probably like, wow, this is great.
Did you have AC growing up?
Have what?
Air conditioning?
We had the window unit.
Just a window unit?
Yeah.
So would you ever do the move in the living room where you set up all the cushions and make like a tent with a sheet and get the fan blowing in there?
Oh, yeah, you make a little fort.
But you put the fan in there in the summer when it's hot. You ever do that?
No.
Oh, that was the move. The sheet bubble, dude.
The sheet bubble.
I put it in my bed. We used to do it on the bed. You hook a fan up to the base of the bed, and you tie like a giant sheet to that, and then you like tent it in the middle. Like you tuck it in the sides of all the bed, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So when you turn the fan on, it makes like literally a dome of cold air, and you're just sleeping in your little cocoon, dude. The sheet bubble.
Your little what's it called?
I should have patented it. There's actually one that exists
Your
now.
igloo.
Yeah, dude, it's sick. What time did we start?
45.
Oh, okay, we're good. Yeah, dude, the sheet bubble. You had the AC unit, huh?
Growing up.
Would you ever lick the icicles that would form off of it?
No,
Heather, my lady used to do like one of the air conditioners there, like her grandma's, like an old one that was probably sketch. They have little icicles coming off of it. You know what I'm talking about? Because it would like drip water, but it would be cold. The unit would be so cold that it would have like little mini. You could lick it as a little kid, dude. That's why she's so fried, man. Just kidding. She's like the smartest person I know. Got her Michigan State grad.
Michigan State grad.
MSU, go green, go white. When I say go green, you gotta say go white. Go green.
Go white.
That's what they do here.
No, get out of here with your Michigan State.
What is Jersey? Jersey doesn't even. Do they even have like a college, dude? Is there a big college there?
I guess Rutgers would be one.
Oh, Rutgers. I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Do they have a football team?
Yeah, a big football team.
Are they big? Are they D1?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's pretty big.
They have a big wrestling program too.
I'm sure they do. Here we go with wrestling again, dude.
Dude, get out of here. You're gonna get slammed.
Oh, I want to throw you out of the circle, dude. Do you get a point taken if you step out?
No. I used to wrestle Greco and freestyle.
No, judo.
No. But if you step out too many times, you'll get like a penalty because you're backing up and stuff.
Oh, because you're backing up. So that doesn't really ever happen, really.
No, it does.
Oh,
people
it does?
People just back up when you're trying to wrestle, like fight.
Oh. So, but you don't get penalized. They restart the match if somebody steps out?
Like they bring you back to the center. You're out of bounds.
So it can also be a technique if like you're both going at it and like maybe you're like, oh my god, he might have an advantage, you could step out.
Yeah, and then if you do that too many times, the ref's gonna know
that you're doing it on purpose.
And then he's gonna give you a penalty.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah, I'm gonna push you out of the ring. Can we do a ring of fire?
A ring of fire.
Remember that DMX movie? DMX and like Jackie Chan, I think.
No.
Like they ended with like this. They were in this giant ring of fire. It's so stupid. I don't know why I was thinking about that and being like, dude, that would be so hot. You know how hot it is when you're standing next to a bonfire?
Like even a big bonfire.
If it was, these were like 10-foot flames. If you're surrounded by 10-foot flames, you would be melting, dude.
Like the Wicked Witch.
Oh, Hollywood.
Hollywood. Also, Hollywood does like the best depictions of blind people. Like when they put blind people in movies, it's always like the funniest thing.
We had to restart. We just had our first
ever blowout.
Not
even a blowout. We were just yelling at each other.
disagreement about topics.
But the thing was, we were disagreeing, but we both were misunderstanding the disagreement.
I was using bad language, and it was like, oh, okay.
And we actually we were on the same page, but we were missing what we were trying to say.
We're both like, we haven't eaten. And we were literally just yelling at each other right there.
We've been going nonstop, and it was definitely a little dramatic.
We'll have to edit that a little bit and release that like 10 years down the road. But this was the beginning.
It was amazing though, and it was just amazing because afterwards we figured everything out, like what actually happened, and then Dave's just like he walks upstairs like, Anthony. I was like, yeah. He's like, we good? I was like, yeah. We're good.
I know. I do so bad with like the having to go and like just apologize and be like, all right.
It's the hardest thing. It's just so like weird. Swallowing your pride kind of thing. And that's what happens.
Caring more about our relationship than the stupid crap that we're going to argue about.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like there's way more than just this little argument. Like there's a way bigger picture. We can't. I can only imagine like good partners and duos in the past, and even just like in history, like they had to have like
everyone
gets because you're both so passionate, and that's the only thing that's going to be so drive this, and you're emotional and you just believe in it so much.
And we just been going strong for like 4 days straight of just content. Content.
And we haven't had breakfast yet. Kelly just left to go get us food. So, make sure when you're doing things and working hard in life, you're always fueled correctly.
Yeah. Make sure you're not hangry.
Hanger is a real thing.
It is. I'm really bad with it, dude.
No, me too. But this is a lesson already, though. It's just like arguments will happen, and you need to find that common ground and a way to communicate with each other in any relationship in life to get be successful.
And I told you I was grumpy today, dude.
I know.
In the mornings I'm grumpy.
I almost hit him with you've been in a bad mood all day.
Yeah. Because I'm not a morning. You got to give me a couple hours.
I know. It needs to like 2. His bones need to warm up.
I'm an old car. I can take a while to warm. Once I get warmed up, dude, I'll run smooth.
Like old Ford from Detroit.
Yep.
Oh man, it was amazing though. It's amazing to push through that and like come on the other side, and it just gives you even more confidence in this. Like at least for me, because it's like
for sure
you can get through these things. Because some people will hold grudges and then it becomes awkward, and I hate that. Like I really hate when people are just you want to be passive aggressive afterwards and be like, oh, blah blah, like later on and just say these random things. It's like, dude, get it all out on the line. I'm
like, I'll blow up, but a minute once I cool down, I don't even care.
Exactly,
I'm all good.
And I feel bad that I blew up. That's how I
same.
God,
yeah, I'm like,
that shouldn't have even escalated.
I have instant guilt.
Exactly. I find like growing up, I think I was always like the person to say sorry first because I couldn't live with that on my conscience.
Yeah.
I just always felt so bad, even like when I would like blow up at my mom or something, because I was such a intense little kid, man. Like my emotions were all over the place, and I would just feed off other people's energy. So if like someone else was in a bad mood, it would make me upset, and I would like. I remember being in my room, dude. I was like a 7-year-old kid, just being like, "Why can't I change the world? Like, why can't I just like make everyone happy and like end war and all this shit?" I'm serious. I used to drive myself crazy.
I'm like, I'm very sensitive to the energy of like whatever room I'm in. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I pick up off that so much. Like, I've been in rooms before where I'm like, I gotta get out of this room. Like, I can't.
Yeah, there's people who, if someone's like kind of like even just like bickering back and forth, like,
uncomfortable.
Yeah, I get really uncomfortable. Yeah.
Especially like
Everybody has to be loving.
Do you think that's something more when you're blind too? Like it enhances, like intensifies? Because I start to feel like I can't see anything. All I feel is what's going on, like the argument.
Just the words that are being said.
Exactly, and the tension, like more the emotion than the words. Sometimes. Yeah. It's like I need to get out of here. And
I am very, very literal. Like if you say something, like I take that as exactly how you said it.
Yeah.
Like in a bad way, you know what I mean? Like gullible in some points, you tell me something like
exactly.
I take it for exactly what you said. But I think the blind thing is like that because you're just listening to what they say. You can't see their body language. You can't tell if someone's like. Sometimes I can't tell if they're like messing around or not. You know what I mean? It takes me a minute.
Fights with Kelly because I couldn't see that she was smiling with her sarcasm.
Yeah, exactly.
And she'd be like, "Come feel my face!" Like I'm literally smiling. And I'm like, oh man. And I do. It's something that involves growth, and I work on it every day. It's hard.
Yeah, I'm a yeller too. My dad was always yelling at me.
Yeah, I think me too. Like
he would like snap really quick. Like if you're not doing something right, you just like yell like horrible. Like just yell like, "Give me that! Get out! Like you're doing it all wrong."
And then it's so hard to like want to break those cycles, and you want nothing more than to do the opposite than how it affected you.
Yeah.
But it's so hard when you got to break the mold.
I still love you, Dad. It was good. I love you, Anthony. One love. But
I think that'll wrap it up for today.
Yeah, I think we had enough podcasting for today.
Good. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please excuse the edit.
Yeah.
Send in your questions. Send in your concerns.
Yeah.
Send in whatever you'd like. It's Anthony. So you can email us at Anthony or Dan at forbadeyes.com. And you can DM us, whatever. Go to our website. Check it all out. Spread the word. Unlike, unsubscribe. Leave a bad comment.
4 bad eyes across the board. FOUR. Yeah, much love. Keep pushing.
One love, baby. Peace out. And get through those arguments.
Yeah.
Woo!
Keep pushing. And one love from 4 Bad Eyes.